3处，天堂 M 主题周活动正式开始。各位呢，我们新竹街口工程师的球迷朋友呢，大家午安。再一次呢，感谢大家来到呢我们呢新竹街口工程师我们主题周我们最后一场主场一个赛事。今天呢，也很感谢呢天堂 M 呢对我们活动呢大力的一个支持。那今天我的穿着呢，就是要跟宅男打篮球的竹北工程师队的老莫致敬。所以呢，我们也希望呢，透过这样的活动，也看到呢有很多的家人朋友，今天也都穿着格子服来到活动现场。再次感谢呢你们对呢新竹街口工程师的支持，谢谢大家，谢谢。那这支球队呢能够走到现在，真的是相当的不简单。所以呢，我还是要呢来介绍一下今天到场的与会贵宾。首先呢，要为大家介绍的是我们先觉集团的创办人，欢迎我们先拔谢明志。接着呢，要为大家介绍呢，今天呢来到我们活动现场，他也是穿着格子服，特别来到这边，特别的响应，欢迎我们林总裁以及我们 Lisa。以及呢，为大家介绍的是我们街口执行长及新竹街口工程师的荣誉领队，欢迎呢我们胡义祥胡领队。接着呢，为大家介绍的是我们大业建设，欢迎呢是谢伟文谢副总，谢副总。那今天的活动呢，一连串相当的精彩，在我们天堂 M 的加持之下，今天所有的观众朋友一定呢可以度过相当快乐的一天。在活动开始之前，首先呢为大家邀请到了创作歌手，欢迎周雨天。
I just got off on the phone. Agency stopped by 长隆挤破头想 sign me. I took a little break, now these rappers can check me. AC on the mic, we gon' drop the flow, pop the bottle. Day one, 我站在这里，睁大你的双眼 all day. 他说有一个美丽美，哇哇炫耀，win的是这场战役。哎，前方的道路弥漫是套路，与上是入门，哪像时间玫瑰迎来的胜利。I'm not done yet, not even close to the finish line. 这是往后比赛，你多的时代，一切内容都可以加工跟改变。Now， 这不 LG， 自我感觉良好，眼神是 empty。强颜欢笑也藏不住你腐烂的 jealousy。看我一直马不停地想着找，每次出场带着最霸气的节奏。About to get it poppin'， 这不过是前奏。Oh my haters， 这是你们要的 smoke。Fake fights out of my face， 变成你们的 grace。I want it all， 名利双收是你的梦。I'm in the zone， I'm in my super saiyan mouth，龟派气功炸掉你的。What's up, P.LEAGUE? Make some noise one time. Hey, hey. 谁的良心被绑架？拿起放大镜，审判的当下，自己游戏有多干净？舆论下听你的声音，你听有多安静？逻辑下时候，他们的表情多淡定。轮不到你，轮不到你，轮不到你，枪口对你，轮不到你，轮不到你，轮不到你，去睡个究竟。坐在聚光灯角落的孤单身影，画着圈圈，期待被了解。百口莫辩，无人理解，口干舌燥，我已经好几天没喝水。穿越昏蓝色的街，谁来赶走夜的黑？到底心和谁的鞋？心灵是否追得回？跟风向的牵着线，难道我只会和谐？I don't know man， 谁的良心被绑架？拿着放大镜，是有多干净？舆论下听你的声音，你听有多安静？轮不到你，轮不到你，轮不到你，枪口对你，轮不到你，轮不到你，轮不到你，去追根究底。They wanna see you drop from the top, block from the squad， 看着你害怕，让你永远翻不了身，不计任何代价，让压力吞噬你的一切手段，狠中带辣。兄弟，装疯卖傻，说完了坏话，有种种甩下，谁的真心话？只传我铠甲，围观的全群者不在台下，身骑着白马。Triple the threat, triple the bread, triple the bag， 被吹捧了的比赛在眼前，像一把白沙，被打败，剂量太强，化成了白沙。 我们都太傻。拿着放大镜，要是有多干净，理论上听你的声音，你听有多安静。他们的表情多淡定，轮不到你，轮不到你，轮不到你，跟枪口对，轮不到你，轮不到你，轮不到你，去追根究底，究底。还没睡醒，做着美梦，我的名字早已悄悄上了各大媒体新闻的版面。刺眼的画面，我说了抱歉，对不起，这世界还是不少酸民露出恶心的嘴脸。不想听你嫉妒，你背景设下了陷阱，多么冷酷无情。你看你歇斯底里痛哭流涕，品尝着你的痛苦，玩弄人心。Fuck that ain't me though. Don't think you can mess with me though. 没有什么痛苦不能 swallow. Ain't nobody is. 真的等你跑题，真的。总有一天用微笑平息。谢谢P.LEAGUE。
最热情的掌声，谢谢周雨天为我们带来精彩的表演。今天呢，表演不断，接下来呢，和美呢将化身为重击女骑士，以及呢黑暗妖精陈雨希一同登场，为我们带来精彩的表演。特别穿上女骑士的服装，这套服装呢，在游戏中是唯一呢拥有连续剧的一个职业，就如同呢球员在场上呢流畅的进攻，将为呢今天的比赛带来胜利。欢迎和美陈雨希。
날 보니까 나도 널 보잖아. 신호를 보내잖아. 전공이 흔들려. 심박이 빨라져. 네가 날 보니까 관심 없는 짧은 네 말투 갑자기 높이기는 싸늘한 조회치는 듯 손을 긋던 그런 너를 어떻게 너를 어떻게 봐. 눈을 본단
最热情的掌声，谢谢何美以及呢陈雨希，为我们带来精彩的开场表演。那今天呢，何美呢跟陈雨希也会呢全程呢跟我们一起看球，在第3节的时候跟我们一起同乐，也为我们进行一个开球仪式。谢谢。马上呢要为各位介绍呢我们今天的客队桃园领航员球员登录名单：球衣背号6号关达佑，7号林耀宗，球衣背号12号乔登，15号孙思尧，球衣背号18号赖国维，23号陈敬环，25号林正，28号施敬尧，29号张根玉，球衣背号30号陈冠全，40号杰克，球衣背号63号彭俊彦。桃园领航员2队总教练杨一峰，助理教练黄启峰。介绍完了我们客队之后呢，我们要欢迎呢我们工程师的球员出场之前，我们很感谢呢所有的球迷朋友跟我们度过一个这么疯狂的一个1年。我们剪辑了一支回顾影片，也请呢现场的朋友将目光锁定大荧幕，请看影片。
我们的季初，甚至热身在一开始，大家那一份要拼、要去思考的一个热情。我们不够强壮，我们没有办法赢球，我们把输球变成一种习惯。
我不喜欢人家瞧不起你，不喜欢人家说你赢球是运气好。
把别人看不起的东西放在你心里面，永远让它变成你成长的动力。
我们还有下半球季，球季还没决出来一半而已。
Before you win, doesn't matter if you don't win.
最后握手，不管你说什么，我说我会结束你们的赛。
球衣编号12号永不放弃的最佳代表吕家瑞。接着登场呢是我们球衣编号13号的蔡建宇。球衣编号14号后卫田浩。 球衣编号52号中锋龙以生。球衣编号54号队长吴代豪。紧接着呢，为各位介绍呢新竹街口工程师先发我的名单。是不是呢？也请呢现场所有的观众朋友跟着节奏拍手。首先登场呢是我们球衣编号3号后卫林明义。球衣编号22号 Brandon Dawson。接着呢，为各位介绍呢球衣编号34号工程师的铜墙铁壁新塔贝。球衣编号4号松能卫高国豪。最后呢，为各位介绍呢球衣编号21号人称新足球王陈立焕。新竹街口工程师总教练林冠伦，助理教练沈星汉，总经理高景言。那我们另外欢迎了我们领队许玉仁。除此之外呢，今天呢有一位特别嘉宾，我们今天呢有一位一日领队，欢迎呢是我们陈建维先生，恭喜你获奖了。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. The final home game of the Hsinchu Jiekou Lioneers regular season game. With the results from yesterday, and the Dreamers have secured a spot in the Plus League's 2020-2021 playoffs. They will play the top-seeded Braves tonight in Taipei, their final matchup. But here on hand we have the Taoyuan Pilots and the aforementioned Lioneers fighting for the last spot. Currently, the Pilots have a leg up on the competition as we enter game 43 of 48 this season. I'm Ryan Chen along with Coach Ben Metcalf, again here for the English broadcast.
Once again, we find ourselves with Lioneers backs against the wall. Should be a good game.
Now, here's the standings once again. Finally, for the first time this season, the Dreamers are in the second spot. Pilots fall to the third spot, having many consecutive losses in their record. They're trying to turn around through a lot of injuries. There's our colleagues, Corey Hashaoyuan on the left, and that's Eddie Zhang Yaozhou on the right doing our Mandarin broadcast. 球迷朋友要收看中文的转播 YouTube 按中文的直播连接即可。Now, Coach, let's lay it out. With a win by the Pilots today, they will eliminate the Lioneers from the playoff picture, and it'll be a matter of seeding. Now, the best the Lioneers can do is win this game and also take next Sunday's game against the Dreamers. Well, we can't get through more of this broadcast without getting another look at what happened yesterday here. We'll call it an altercation between Jaron Young and a number of the Lioneers on the west side of the floor. We'll lay out some of the announced penalties as the league makes that public. We expect that to come along partway through this game. Of course, tensions are high and emotions are up there as well. And Jaron Young took a swing, Brendan Dawson with a shove. Those two guys were ejected from the game with disqualification fouls. And we've been told that the league has reviewed the film and have a lot more penalties to administer as well.
Yeah, when I think the thing that our fans probably are worried about most for this game is whether Brendan Dawson will play. And Ryan, do we have an answer for that?
So according to the league bylaws and their agreements, penalties and suspensions will take place the following week. And because to protect the fans who bought tickets if on the Sunday game, if the incident happened on the Saturday. But of course, there's been a lot of voices out there to tell the league to also make their announcements and clarify the rules the very night that all of it takes place. So we'll see Coral the altercation, and there we have it on screen is the announcement of the fines and suspensions. From top is Jerry Note, 2-game suspension, 50,000 NT fine. Amigo and Wangbozi for coming off the bench, 1-game suspension. Stephen Hicks will incur a 5,000 fine for his shove. Kyle Julius, 5,000 NT for his involvement in altercation. Brendan Dawson, 1-game suspension mainly for the disqualification foul, and his fine of 25,000. And Ling Mi with the first shove will have his fine of 5,000 NT. So after that laundry list, at least for now, they'll get them going this Sunday game sporting their Tiantian themed blue jerseys.
Yeah, so hopefully we can kind of put that behind us and focus on today's game, which, as Ryan said, still has playoff implications.
The magic number for the Lioneers is 23. Currently, you see on screen their record of 3 wins and 4 losses against the Pilots. The total scoring, they're down by 23 points. Now, the Plus League refers to FIBA's tiebreaker rules, and that means after their total record, the next thing they look at is head-to-head matchups. With 8 games, there is possibility of a tie. In that case, the next thing, tiebreaker, will be their point differential in their head-to-head matchup. That's why we say 23 is the magic number. Kind of a long-winded way of saying there's going to be a third-place winner after all of this.
Yeah, so we talked about earlier that Lioneers are going to need some help afterwards, but today the only thing they can do at this game is win, and win by a lot.
So currently the Lioneers have this game and next week's game. Now the Pilots have a couple matchups against the Braves as well, starting next week on the Monday and the following Saturday. So the Lioneers not only trying to win, but also got to ask for a little bit of a favor from the Taipei Fubon Braves.
Yeah, the Braves doing them a favor last night, blowing these Pilots out. So that back-to-back 5 o'clock, 2:30 should be a tough game for these Pilots.
Let's start with the lineups for the Taoyuan Pilots from left to right. Kadeem Jack in there as always. Now, Sijing out, number 28. Pong Pong, number 30. Jordan Chapman getting the start, and alongside Angry Bird. Now for the Lioneers from left to right, Oscar, Calvin, Brendan Dawson, and Ling Mi, along with Hashim Tabit right now stamping into the jump circle.
Yeah, I talked to Pong Pong a little bit before the game. He's excited because this should be the last time he has to defend Hashim Tabit this season. So hopefully he'll play a good 48 minutes and then focus on what he got left.
Tabit wins the tip easily, and there's the Tabit to Pong Pong matchup. Right now, the Pilots in their man defense is Brendan Dawson gets the offensive rebound, but on the way up, had it brushed away.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that yesterday in the first quarter. A lot of offensive rebounds, are just not able to put the ball through the hoop.
Pong Jr. is Angry Bird, and he just fell to second place in the assist stats. Jack's 3, bouncing up and out. Anthony Tucker with just a 0.01 assist advantage per game. Something to keep our eyes out for the statistical leaders. Dawson will take the pull up, bouncing it. But there's a foul underneath first.
There's that selective physicality we talk about with Tabit. Obviously they're getting pushed around by Pong Pong early in the game.
Smooth spin move by Tabit. Oscar will inbound. Playing just 9 minutes yesterday. Lini with the between the legs shot and got it to go.
Yeah, we saw him hit a couple of threes yesterday. Continues that hot shooting today early in this game.
Joined Kobe Gregla in the post-game press conference as, at least for this first season, the coaches can getting along their players. There's a missed shot, and Jack with the follow-up.
Yeah, and that's something that he's shown this entire season, just that energy on the offensive and defensive rebounding ends.
For the first time in a long time, Jack only played 22 minutes. No doubt resting him. Try to finish off the Lioneers here. Dawson dribbles in and leaves it well short.
Yeah, not a lot of space for him to operate at the top of the key. And forced to take a contested long two.
Down to Jack. Take on Dawson, spin outside. His fadeaway too strong. Minutes through this one. Lioneers with 3, Pilots with 2. Going to Dawson down low. Jack pokes it away. Good active hands.
Yeah, and this is kind of what we've seen the Lioneers do most games. Just have to beat high. Dawson lows. We see Liming with a nice step back and able to hit from behind the 3-point line.
Joined the Lioneers partway through the season as a free agent signing. Showing off more of those dribble moves now. Here 3, leaves it short.
Yeah, interesting move here by the Lioneers. Going with the young backcourt of Oscar and Liming.
They leave Ayal alone, and he buries the 3 from the left side.
And that's going to happen with the younger point guards. Again, they're very aggressive in going for steals defensively. If they don't get it, really tough to match up in the half court.
Wow, it's one of their top 3-point shooters at 33%. Oscar good with the floater.
You said it, Ryan. Oscar with that sweet little float game, able to get it go from the middle of the key.
The foul from behind. It's Calvin on Chapman.
And that's something we've seen these Lioneers struggle with this entire season. As we see Oscar again, able to put it in lefty. But that switch action in the corners, again, they really have trouble. We saw him get cut backdoor by the Dreamers. That time, Calvin forced to foul, giving Chapman 2 shots at the free throw line.
Made free throw. Also happening yesterday was Ling Junji knocking down 32 points, really creating a lot of separation for the Rookie of the Year race. Goggle Hall, Oscar, one of another candidate who scored only 2 points on 2 free throws. Receiving the screen. To be with deep positioning and thrown off the backboard. Oscar, look what I found, and another floater in.
Yeah, I'm not sure how tall Calvin thought Tabit was. As we see Chapman able to sneak in and off the glass. And again, some creative finishes on both ends here.
There's a reaching foul on Pong Pong. I don't think Tabit even went back for defense.
Yeah, we've seen that happen the last couple games. Not able to get over half court makes it even tougher for Pong Pong. Running down and back. We see the local big with 2 fouls. And Pilots putting in the rookie.
Pilots without Quincy Davis for a long stretch, dealing with his ailments. As Linton checks in the game, there's third offensive foul as Angry Bird slow to get up.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones that opposing players have been complaining about to beat this entire season. Again, obviously bigger than everybody else. He usually sticks that leg out just a little bit on those screens. Gets a little piece of Angry's thigh there. That's going to be a nasty little dead leg.
Caught him off guard, and still laying on the floor. We see in front of us on this end.
Yeah, that's one of those. That's going to hurt today. Probably even hurt worse tomorrow.
Tabit had some words with the officials. I think he has words with every official in the Plus League. There are 12 of them.
Not just him. I think everybody on the Lioneers bench has words for the officials.
Guan Dayo, Killer Quan, will make his way onto the floor for his first stint. 17.5 minutes in yesterday's game against the Braves. He's on the stat sheet in every category but block shots. good to see have him back, one of a number of injured pilots. His first shot misses and bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
Yeah, with all the injuries that these pilots have, they're happy to see any of those players come back and have contributions.
No substitutions yet for the Lioneers. Dawson will receive up top. Missed shot, and Oscar with another offensive rebound. Now a couple guys on to beat. Limi left open. Rattles in and out. Oscar with another board. No. Jack comes away with it.
Yeah, landed on his own teammate.
To the corner. Juan Dayo swings it to Chapman. He'll shoot the left wing three and splash it.
Yeah, nice extra pass right there by the rookie. Obviously not in rhythm after just getting in the game.
Called for the foul is Linton.
And this is a matchup that our fans at home have got to watch. Again, to beat seeing the rookie in the game is just beasting him every single opportunity he can get. It got physical last possession, and to say Lin Zheng's had a little bit of issue controlling his fouls is probably an understatement.
In the game he fouled out in just, I believe, 8 minutes. There's another opportunity. Another offensive foul, this time to beat, trying to fight for positioning.
Yeah, and like we said, to beat, he's been defended by Lin Zheng on 3 possessions. He's thrown him to the ground 3 times. Again, he gets those hooks in there.
A little bit of a shove with the right hand.
Yeah, good job by the rookie, just giving up his body, trying to front him, and obviously there again, extending that arm just like he extended the leg. Good catch by the officials.
What teams are trying to do is to front to beat with a local and have imports swarm from the back. Oscar pokes that away. Linton there to help his teammate out. Will take the shot on the line, and that even grazed the rim, coach?
I think surprising everybody, including himself. Not what he's on the court there to do.
Another look at that one. I think another of his teammates, I don't know if he would correct him or encourage it, but Zhang always takes his shots maybe a foot on the line. Dawson spinning through contact, doesn't get it.
Again, Dawson really having a tough time just finding space in the paint in the half court to be taking up a lot of room.
Chapman, his shot, misses. Now it's Dawson getting bumped by Quan. Hangs onto it, and he'll go to the hoop, and one. Chapman with the foul.
Yeah, as I just said, again, with Tabit there clogging up the paint, not a lot of room for Dawson. In transition, Tabit not even getting over half court. Dawson with tons of room to do what he does best, score in the open court.
Didn't have a chance to mention it yesterday. Dawson is on the league's leaders for 2-point shooting. We'll bring you that and more after this break. The Lioneers and Pilots are underway. The fight for survival.
投篮游戏的朋友，请举个小手，我看一下，好不好？来，有没有？今天有没有人刚好也是穿着我们天堂 M 限量球衣的骑士的球衣的朋友来，让我看一下，有吗？跟我穿一样球衣的，那我先抽一个人好了。西区，我们先来哦，你是一位，还有没有？那我们等一下再会来点第2个、第3个，还有后面的朋友。那我们先呢来做一个升等，西区超特区16排8号，16排8号，来恭喜你可以坐在高岛按摩椅看篮球了，这个椅子超舒服的。
Thank you all for watching the Plus League on your preferred viewing device. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to give the stream a thumbs up. Perhaps our last opportunity to watch Plus League basketball from the Hsinchu County Arena. Did a great job packing the house yesterday. Crowd still slowly making their way in to this one.
Yeah, regardless of the product on the court, the local fans have done a great job supporting this team. Again, talked to some players. Again, the environment here in Hsinchu is always great. Gets them pumped up to play in front of a huge crowd. Again, something that Taiwan's wanted for a long time.
So far with the early 3-point lead. Last time we opened with how important it is for the Pilots locals to step up. Well, that's especially true against the Lioneers. In the wins, the Pilots averaged 108 points, and locals scored 62 of those. But in their losses, that scoring total for the locals drops down to 38. There's some of Corey's relatives. We have a violation on the free throw. There's only one Lioneer in the area code, right?
That's the rookie Lin Tung once again getting bullied by some veterans.
Dawson will get another chance and miss it. Chapman around the free throw line. I call it the Taiwanese old man shot. Go to a local record. That's the shot that all these guys can make. And Dawson will slam it home with the right hand.
Again, we've seen it this entire season. Dawson doing work on the offensive glass. Probably some of that Michigan State rebounding skills.
The tic-tac-toe and the first block by Hsinchu to beat. Goes with the early run and two-handed foul by Ling Chen, fighting for position.
Yeah, you said it, Ryan. Once again, these rookies get in there, not really sure how to push to beat around, as we see Dawson with a nice tip dunk.
Now, will this count as a poster on Guan Dayo?
I'm sure with this Lioneers marketing team, they're going to make it into a poster and a shirt and a pin and an NFT.
To beat played all 48 minutes in yesterday's game. Looking at it, 2 for 5 from the line. He's getting his first opportunities here. Buries them both.
And that's something that these Pilots need to be aware of. Obviously, the Lioneers have to win, and they have to win big. But obviously, if they can take to beat off the court, that would be something to make their life a lot easier for them.
George Chapman right to Dawson and with the windmill. Just like that, now it's a 3-point lead for the Lioneers. Guan Dayo on the pick, will throw it up into Tabit's hands for the easy block. Dawson with momentum, leaves it to Calvin. He gets layup, blows it. Another Feng Chao. Could have been something. Now it's the Pilots' turn to counter. Jack gets Tabit in the air, barely rolling that one out. Pilots will reset. Dovetail sending out his deep three. Just be another Dawson rebound. Throw ahead to Calvin. Playing aggressively and coaxing the foul. This is the pace the Lioneers want.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep it up. Well, as we said, they're not just trying to win, but they got to look at the scoreboard. Really tough challenge as we see there. Chapman and Jack obviously not on the same page on that pick and roll. Chapman with a nice little outlet pass to Brandon Dawson. And the rookie seemingly forgetting, hey, Tabit's not a bad defender there near the basket.
At the line is Calvin. Maybe a candidate for league MVP, given out to the domestic player of the Plus League. Third in terms of local scoring at 13.1 points a game.
Yeah, he's definitely been a key for this Lioneers squad. Obviously, with his veteran leadership and his skill set, he's somebody has been one of their most consistent players this entire season.
Steal by Dawson. No one to beat, so Hilo, Statue of Liberty, all the way home. Yes, sir. Well, Lioneers were disappointing in yesterday's game, but starting off this one on a high note. There's another timeout, but this time it's the Pilots who call for it.
And we're going to see again, these Lioneers have been very aggressive on these pick and rolls the entire game. Dawson's been showing hard. This time, great show. Goes right for the steal. And that's something that these pilots are going to need to be aware of going through the rest of this game.
For most of the season, Dawson's been sticking to a little bit more of the vanilla flavored breakaway dunks. Trying out some new things in this one for the home Lioneers crowd.
Yeah, it's a lot easier when there's no defenders in front of you. Obviously, Dawson, not just a skilled scorer in the half court. Obviously, he's got a little something to show on the break too.
Started off this game only 2 for 7, but quickly 4 for 10 is a lot better of an average shooting wise. Of course, he leads the game with 2 steals, leading to 4 easy Lioneers points. Let's see how the Pilots will counter.
And these Pilots starting out kind of tentative offensively. Again, if they know that these Lioneers are going to be this aggressive defensively, to beat going for blocks, jumping up, trying to block jump shots, again, there's going to be opportunities there. They just kind of have to be patient, not get flustered, and they should have some easy scoring opportunities.
Count it, 3 dunks so far in this one. Our partners at FTV doing a great job picking them out, getting the good angles. Funny enough, Brendan Dawson went by a different Chinese name when he was playing in the other domestic league here in Taiwan. He went by Ulandan, just 3 characters, and when he got to the Lioneers, they were able to apply for a name change in his work visa. Now he's called Dawson. Big win. Nice windmill layup for Kadeem Jack.
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. We saw Dawson going for the steal, Kadeem Jack able to kind of cut backdoor and then finish over the defensive, it seemed to be.
Animals in the game, number 7. They need another small guard rebound. They get it down to Tabit. He throws it out to Oscar, who fires away. Big clank, and Jack with the rebound.
Yeah, it's something that they're going to have to work on in the offseason. Again, they don't have the shooters to punish the defense on the weak side. Tabit not finding a lot of room.
Killer Kwan with the bank shot and in.
Something that we've seen him do in the past. Again, very skilled at finishing over the 7-footer. Knowing Tabit's got 2 fouls. Again, can't be scared to attack.
Foul call on the floor. Yeah, Lington's 3rd.
I'm not sure. We saw another Pilots player get thrown down behind the play.
Not sure. Bit of jawing between Oscar and Lington afterwards.
Yeah, obviously former teammates in high school.
One of the cooler nicknames. We'll see some extra stuff between Ayao with Tabit.
Yes, Ayao trying to box Tabit out, and Tabit adds 1 more body to his tally. Another Pilot thrown to the ground.
Bouncing it out. We're seeing Oscar become a little bit more inconsistent with his free throw shooting. Early in the season was in the 80s. Guanaya working with Lington pick, going with power with a right-hand float. Can't get it to go, and the Lioneers with the rebound. Now Tianhao in the game, number 14. Spitting by Oscar. Dishes it to Dawson, beautiful.
Yeah, just great playmaking by the young guard there. Able to spin around the defensive Ayao and find Brendan Dawson, who's been sprinting in transition.
Ayao, block shot, but fouled, but forehand.
Again, we've seen a lot of people attack Tabit, as once again we see the nice find and the nice rim run by Dawson. But the rookie Guandayo, obviously knowing that Tabit's in foul trouble, not scared, continuing to attack the rim, and looks like he was able to get that 3rd foul called on the import for the Lioneers.
Now for the Pilots, they have Lington with 2 fouls and Pong Pong with 2. We'll still have 3 minutes left in the 1st quarter.
You see coaching staff for the Lioneers going with the casual look today.
Short with the free throw. Lioneers going with the plaid as their dress code, or suggested dress code for the fans, and seeing a little bit on the coaching staff too. This free throw, 0 for 2, but Manimal with the rebound. Jack will take the 3, bouncing it out. Lioneers will come away. Dawson chasing up against Jack. Right, then left, powers his way to the basket.
Yeah, these Pilots may need to think about putting some help there for Jack. Dawson just going right around him.
They're sitting out, planking it out. Now the Pilots' turn to go with some offensive boards. Getting Dawson in the air, but can't get the shot to go, was Jack. Blue. Calvin doubled. Dawson thought about it. Now Tiao will shoot from the corner and hit.
Well, we've seen these young point guards for the Lioneers make their shots these past 2 games. Obviously, before the scouting report was to let them shoot. Can't do that these last 2 games.
Turnover by the Pilots. Now Tiao thought about it. Now going with the dribble drive, spinning his way into trouble. Oscar with mid-range, rattling in. A lot of momentum for the Lioneers. Pilots, no answers. One of the most sought after young players in the league, Oscar Gogolhao, with 5 points going in this one. Guandayo off the mark. Calvin with the rebound. This time caught for traveling. Sijinyao defending.
Yeah, nice job by Sijinyao, but also the rest of the Pilots finally getting back in transition. As we see the creative playmaking. One of those assists from sitting on his butt. Just how the coaching staff drew it up. And as always, Oscar very satisfied with his own performance.
Substitutions on the floor. Out well short with his mid-range shot. Jackie fortunate to come away with it. He's new into the game. Along with number 5, Song Yushin in the pink shoes. Chapman back in, steps through, right-handed layup. Can't hit. Good poke by to beat to get the ball up ahead. Dawson, another easy 2 points. That was a 3-on-1 that finally connected for the Lioneers. Could have been a disaster.
Well, again, exactly as that coaching staff drew it up. But 2 points is 2 points.
Thrown too far ahead. Guandayo turns it over. He did have 4 last night.
Yeah, just sloppy basketball right now for the Pilots. And the Lioneers once again able to take advantage of those mistakes, scoring on the break.
Because the way the rules are written, the Lioneers won't be shy about extending the lead in this one. Oscar throws it back to Song Yushin, almost a turnover. Tiao from the corner. Out. Song Yushin with a hurried shot. Dawson with another chance. He'll try the same exact shot to beat down there, battling. Called for the foul is Sun Xiao.
Yeah, these rookie bigs for the Pilots having a really rough time dealing with the physicality of Hsinchu beat down there. Obviously, at a mismatch size-wise, experience-wise, toughness-wise, is even if he's trying to pull to beat down, Hsinchu still ends up on the ground.
Way deep to beat, missing the free throw. Sun Xiao's been a guy that people talk about having some expectations for. Spending time in the States. Of course, a star player in high school. Now, with the Pilots, Linton getting a little bit more playing time. up until this point. Evan Lee Jarre checks into the game. Had a longer go at it in the last couple weeks after being relegated. There's an easy block from behind. Got a lost shoe on the way down.
Yeah, that time we see Tabit laying off and giving that block party responsibility to teammate Brandon Dawson. Nice help defense there on the drive.
More hot pot giveaways.
Yeah, these fans, hey, it may be the last home game of the season. They want as many hot pot giveaways as they can.
And just like the Lioneers can do, turn anything into a marketing opportunity. 10 extra coupons for the lost shoe. Is it okay that somebody on the other team loses a shoe and they give away coupons?
I'm more curious as to whether it's the DJ announcing it by himself or anybody from the team thought anything about that.
Missed deep three for Guan Dayo. And we'll head to the first second quarter break. The Lioneers with a head of steam in this one. We'll be back after this.
好，来看一下 K 毛被拍到的朋友。好，这位呢是喜欢折翼的球迷。那刚刚呢有被点到呢参加呢我们中场呢天堂 M 游戏的朋友，除了呢在场边席的那一位，场边席那位就不用跑来跑去了啊。其他5位球迷朋友，请到球迷服务处。其他5位球迷朋友，请到球迷服务处集合。来，对着镜头。对我讲，享受美食，有那种没负担，拜托啦，那幽默尽在买。没有办法，继续找办法。明明有电脑，不是我强项，为美丽是突破修到媲美专长。也谢谢呢，我们犀牛队的手机保护壳对于呢我们球队那以及我们联盟的大力的支持。来吧，不怕你撞，犀牛盾。一起重新做人 ，Let's go！ 做运动，抖抖双手，挥手拜拜，你的拜拜手，4、3、2、1，撑住别放松，继续加油，美丽在招手，人生要漂亮，人生最闪亮，就是势必啦，就是不必。
Subscribers, our YouTube page has reached 100,000 subscribers. To celebrate, free shipping on all orders over 1,000 NT on the P.LEAGUE online store. Like I said, till the end of March 31st at 11:59 p.m. Head to the pleagueofficial.com/shop. That's pleagueofficial.com/shop. Already a 16-point lead for the Lioneers. I'm kind of curious, Coach, how is it kind of instructing a team that you can lose, but you got to lose within a margin?
Again, tough for both these teams. Again, I've been involved in a bunch of the FIBA type tournaments where it's not just the victory, you got to win by so many points or lose by not so many points. And again, you said it almost becomes that losing is acceptable as long as you don't lose by too much. And as for the Lioneers, as we see Tabit score again, they just can't take their foot off the gas.
Rattling it in is Jordan Chapman.
Yeah, something that these pilots needed desperately. Just anybody to put some points on the board for them.
Chapman led them in scoring last night with 21 points, finally finding his stroke, 6 for 12. Though he's still hanging at 28% on the season heading into this one. There's an easy 2 points last time for Tabit. This time Song Yu-shin with a tough turnaround, can't get it to go.
Great job by Pom Pom there.
As we see Jackie block. Song Yu-shin.
Great recovery after missing the basket on one end, hustling on defense, getting the block on the other side.
Coaxing the foul on Angry Bird.
Yeah, we saw Song Yu-shin run from baseline to baseline and back to the other baseline.
Wow, looks like they're gonna Lioneers are completely propping up a hot pot industry over here. More coupons and doubling it.
They give some to the broadcasting team or no?
We should go ask. Hey, maybe, Coach, if you go block somebody, they'll give it to us.
I think that I'll get kicked out, Jaron Young style.
Out of bounds. Brendan Dawson trying to fight for the board. Of course, like we mentioned in the opener, everything's settled if the Pilots are able to pull out a win here. Pong Pong well short on his three-point attempt.
Yeah, this Pilots offense just looking very stagnant.
Very little fake. And Song Yuxuan, 2 more points.
And just very little effort getting back defensively. Just getting run out of the gym by this Lioneers team.
The Pilots are on the dreaded 5 p.m. to 2:30 turnaround. Out of bounds off the Pilots. There's miscommunication.
That's something that's obviously in the scouting report. We've seen the Lioneers give that up a lot, as you said it. Nice little show and go by Song Yuxuan, able to finish off the glass. Not able to connect on the pass for these Pilots, just one more turnover.
Elliott's also in the game now. I don't think he's touched the basketball yet. He's up top. Tabit on the block. Pong Pong with foul trouble. Good contest, but Tabit able to get the baby hook to go.
Yeah, nice footwork by the big man. Easy little jump hook.
There's a turnover. Here comes Brendan Dawson. What does he have? Just an easy two-hander. Now, the league comes out with a dunks compilation every week, but I think we're just left with Brendan Dawson, even though he missed most of yesterday.
We have just to put all of his dunks counting as one. He's just padding his stats right now.
To go to Jack. He shoots the high banker. So Shin went to the floor as Dawson can hit for deep.
And these Pilots may have to make some adjustments. Tabit not defending Pong Pong at all, just kind of standing in the paint and standing up and down right there, getting the block as once again we see the Lioneers able to get out in transition.
Pilots get it back. Jack will try his own three-point attempt on net.
And we saw that time Tabit forced to defend Pong Pong. Jack finding a little bit of opening outside the three-point line.
Dribble move for Dawson, but he'll hand it off. Patient with it, Tianhao. Backdoor to Dawson, there's a two-hand slam. I didn't know if they were getting lackadaisical, but it was just a ploy. Giving the Hsinchu fans a lot of reasons to get up and cheer. Now backdoor ball, kicked ball by Tianhao.
Yeah, these guys just playing street ball there. Jack getting caught ball watching. Dawson with a beautiful cut. Tianhao, nice little dump pass. One more dunk for Brendan Dawson.
Already 5 assists in this game. Tianhao led yesterday's game with 8. He was the other player brought into the post-game press conference with Kobe Lud. As the officials checked the replay system, if it was a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, as soon as these Lioneers guards can find some consistency, they're going to be really good. Again, we've seen good performances from Oscar, good performances from Tianhao, Lin Mingyi. But with young players, the problem is always going to be consistency. Obviously, against the lack of defensive effort here from the Pilots, everything looking good here for the Lioneers. 45 with 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
They confirm it is indeed a 3-point shot made. Beam Jack. A little bit of space between his boot and the three-point arc.
And as we said a couple of times, that 1 point becomes very important for this Lioneers team.
Good move by Guan. He's pump faking, but to beat Gets the ball away, and Pompong will drill the three-point shot.
As we said, Tabit not defending Pompong at all. We saw Derek hit a couple threes yesterday. Pompong's going to have those opportunities. He's just got to make some shots.
Once again, Sijing out with a foul, but also receiving a little bit of a blow.
Yeah, we've seen E get caught yesterday a couple times. Teammates not really knowing the play. E waiting on him to help him out. That time, I out using his head.
There's another baseline layup. Song Yushin. There's two guys regarding Tabit.
Yeah, very little defensive effort here from the Pilots. Tabit obviously knowing with 3 fouls, he can't afford to get that 4th foul. He's going to be very selective in that defensive effort.
Kadeem Jack gets it back with his own dunk. Again, baseline, and Song Yushin, 2 more points.
Pilots in this zone. Pompong not really accustomed to defending the corner. Song Yushin able to get up for another 2.
It goes down on the defensive end. Missed shot by the Pilots. Setting up in their zone. Lioneers will swing it around. Evan looks off a shot. Now Elliott from the corner. His 3, it's good.
Great job by the Lioneers, just being patient. Right side to the left side, back to the right side to find the shooter. Great ball movement against this Pilot zone.
Layup, and looks like another block shot by Tabit. He had the record yesterday with 8, and made up layup by Song Yushin. Finally, the Pilots call timeout. 6:12 remaining already. Not a doubling the score lead once again.
Yeah, and that's something that we didn't see yesterday. Yesterday, the Lioneers seemed to waste every good defensive stop by Tabit. Today, these blocks leading to Lioneers transition baskets.
Tell you about some of the scoring records in the Plus League after we come back from this break. Keep wearing your mask and join the 106 million people who are fully vaccinated from COVID-19. Contact your local health official. Of course, guys, be smart about it and protect yourself and your loved ones. So Yushin, the guy we're going to feature in the rejoin here, already with 8 points, 4 of 7 shooting. Started out kind of a rough outing, but his energy and I guess his consistency with that baseline drive has paid off.
Yeah, he's always been a creative finisher from 2. Again, that mid-range game is nice. And today he's just showing it on the effort end, baseline to baseline, finding scoring opportunities.
Pompong with the fake, and look at that footwork.
Well, that's what we said. Tabit's going to go for those pump fakes. These locals just got to be patient.
Almost a turnover, and look at that alley-oop! Oh my! Killer Kwan up to Kadeem Jack, streaking down the middle. Previously, I thought one of the best alley passes was Kwan to Quincy Davis in Taoyuan. Now, coach, throwing good alleys has got to be in some of these guys' scouting reports, right? I guess we'll see it more now with Kadeem Jack in the Plus League.
Yeah, Kadeem Jack makes a lot of bad passes look good. Obviously, being able to get up high, being able to finish strong. Again, a lot of these local point guards not used to playing with high flyers like Jack or Davon Reed. That's something that they've gotten used to this season. And as we just saw, Killer with a nice pass in transition.
Only one timeout remaining for the two teams in the first half. The game has been going at a really quick pace, but the coaches on their own terms trying to stop momentum and get their teams going again.
Yeah, as we see Coach Greg there in the timeout talking to his players. Obviously, you're up by 27, but you're not just trying to win this game. You're trying to win by 23, 24 points. So that's where I said it's really tough mentally to not look up at the scoreboard and be satisfied. You know that you just got to blow this Pilots team out.
Quite simply, this game right now is won on the turnover battles and the fast break scoring. 31 two-point attempts for the Lioneers, 24 for the Pilots. That shooting percentage is a difference of 52 to 30.
Yeah, and we've seen these Pilots get in trouble with turnovers this entire season. A little sloppy passing. And that time we saw the Lioneers with an early turnover, and the coaching staff for the Lioneers obviously nipping that in the bud really early.
You know, Lioneers have talked about shortening their rotations, and fortunately for first-year player Chen, that includes him now. As Dawson with the easy layup, nobody there to help.
Yeah, nice play out of the timeout for the coaching staff as we see Pompon once again being able to seal the defender behind him, leading for a two-point layup.
A little bit of layup lines for both teams. Tabit fouled underneath by Jack.
Yeah, Tabit going with that footwork again, getting Jack up in the air, able to draw the foul. But nice setup there. Have the shooter E set a ball screen for Dawson. A little bit of travel there, but not worried about that.
That's Jack's first personal foul. Tabit with more opportunities at the free throw line, already with 8 rebounds, only 2 blocks. Need to double check with the scores on that one. He'll get a chance for more. Lioneers in man, they usually like to go with a zone with Hsinchu. Loose ball out of bounds off the Lioneers, though. Kind of funny seeing Kadeem Jack straddle the basketball. Now the referees, I believe, have proactively decided to go to the monitor again. We'll check it out on the IRS. Hasn't played a big part in this one, but the Pilots are actually the best three-point shooting team in the league. They also have the best home and away splits, though, well, I guess the worst, shall we say, now that they're the away team, only 29%, 35% at home. They actually changed the call. It will be Lioneers basketball. And actually the Pilots were all over on this end of the court.
Yeah, quick review there. Pretty obvious that it was off Kadeem Jack. Nice job by the refs to get a quick IRS this time.
Chen starts things off. This time Hsinchu doesn't go baseline. Dawson high off the backboard, too strong.
Yeah, we've seen Dawson struggle a little bit in the half court with Tabit in there taking up space.
Quick flip layup by Chapman, too high.
And that's the effect that Tabit's gonna have. Well, again, regardless of whether he blocks the shot or not, Chapman obviously going with that quick step high off the glass, trying to get it over the outstretched arms with Tabit.
Elliott took it out of bounds, trying to save it. And Hsinchu will make his way to the bench to a nice round of applause. Calvin takes his place, and we see 7 turnovers for both teams. There's a foul call. Dawson's adamant that Hsinchu was the one who started the contact.
He started the contact, but Dawson went with another two-handed push.
See his arm hooked onto Hsinchu.
That's one of the ones where he's just got to know better. Again, these Taiwanese players are great at hooking players. The refs never catch the first action. They always catch the second one.
When you're looking back on it, Dawson kind of had the grapple on both hands. Before they get it in, Oscar will come in for E. Started yesterday's game alongside of Oscar, but didn't play that many minutes. Pong Pong step back again from 3. Jack with the basketball, gets Dawson in the air and the foul. So Pilots with a chance to slowly chip away.
Yeah, that's what we said. Kadeem Jack always active on the offensive glass. Nice job there. Well, I was going to say nice job pump faking, getting Dawson in the air, but Dawson kind of jumped on his own. Kadeem Jack able to find the foul.
Machine to beat with 3 early fouls. Dawson with 2. They're the only guys. Oh, I missed Calvin's foul. That's just 6 total on the first half. Jack makes the first. Oh, they added a Hankook shoot it over here sign. The cardboard making industry probably really happy to have the Lioneers in business.
I think they have to remind them that the imports from the Pilots probably not the best at reading Chinese.
Dawson with a tough shot and a tough make.
Yeah, we've seen Dawson, the only time he's able to find space is no foul error on that shot attempt. The only time Dawson's able to find space is before they seem to beat his cross half court. That time, once again, 5 on 4.
A lot of dribbling, and Oscar giving up to Calvin. His turnaround shot is good. Lioneers were missing the hard ones before. Now getting to go this time, another steal and another Guandayo layup.
Yeah, great job by Pong Pong. Once again, no one to beat with 3 fouls. Isn't going to throw him to the ground. That's a screen assist for the local big.
When you were a coach, did you count those as assists like hockey assists?
We actually did keep track of those screen assists. Again, that's something that a lot of bigs, as we see Oscar once again with the float game, 2 more for the young guard. A lot of bigs aren't willing to set good screens, not just on the ball, but off the ball. This is something that Pong Pong, we'd worked on him for years. Very willing screener, very willing sealer, something that his guards love playing with.
Pick and roll with Pong Pong, and he'll do the handoff to Killer Khan to hand off to Jack. Broke from behind and all the way across the court out of bounds. I've rarely seen that.
Again, scouting report. These Lioneers are coming from behind and poking the ball away every single time, as we see Calvin once again able to get to his left hand and able to put it in.
Running out of time, I don't think they noticed. Beating the shot clock, ball goes out of bounds. Lack of focus from the Pilots.
Yeah,
Chen on your screen. Taking this one on.
Yeah, everybody on that Pilots bench just looking for answers.
Dawson will take another tough one in the lane.
But that's what we saw. Again, Pong Pong able to help because Tabit was standing right in the middle.
Fancy step by Ayo, and there's a lay-in for the Pilots.
And that's something these Pilots know they have to do. Oscar's going to go for that steal. Nice little Euro step. Able to finish before Tabit can get there.
Slipping on the floor, and Oscar kind of slow to get back down. Hook pass, and Dawson read it. Throwing over the head of everyone. A little extra shove once again by Hashim Tabit.
Ayo and Tabit once again getting into it. Again, nice little avoid of the charge there by Ayo, able to finish in transition.
Gotta have a lot of courage if you're the defender, having the guy with the basketball swing his elbows across. Might see it later. Ayo through the baseline, the handoff pass right to the Lioneers. There's Calvin beating Killer Khan to the basket. Lioneers pushing their way to the halftime scoring record. There's a foul on the drive.
Yeah, these Lioneers just playing pitch and toss up there. Despite some of those turnovers, they're just throwing it ahead for their teammates, having them chase it and laying it right in the basket to these 65 points here so far.
63 was the Lioneers' high in the first half previously. Already broken here. Fanayo makes the first. The max was the Braves with 71 points. That was also against the Pilots in the previous game.
We're seeing a theme here, Ryan.
Hearing it from the DJ. Fanayo 1 for 2. Dawson, pretty nonchalant layup. Pilots with the rebound. Fanayo challenging. Called for the travel. Got a little bit too fancy there.
刚刚呢，在记录台对面的那些球迷朋友，你们的舞跳得还蛮不错的。
Yeah, not much going right here for these Pilots in the first half. Turnovers, missed shots, not too much defense. Again, they're going to have a lot to go and talk in at halftime.
Leading the game in scoring is Brendan Dawson with 25 already. He receives. Giving him to Calvin, tied up, blocked, beat there, and with a one-hand finish.
Yeah, great job defensively by the Pilots for the first 22 seconds of that possession. Calvin able to just toss it up to beat, who saved that possession for the Lioneers.
Early double-double for the big man. I'll flip it out. Dawson able to get in front of it. Here he goes again. And with authority. Too bad they don't have a giveaway for breakaway dunk.
Once again, we see Dawson jumping that passing lane, easy steal, even easier finish.
Pompon will try 3 to quote this crowd. I mean, he does by the missed shot. 30-point advantage for the Hsinchu Lioneers. A lot of motivation to not only win this game, but win it big. Thanks for joining us on the broadcast. We'll go to halftime, talk it over before we head to the second half.
NBA 大专联赛那个跳舞的舞步是跟你们学的。好，我们待会呢，先来抽奖好了。我们在上半场的这个比赛呢，我们领先的分数呢是超过10分，所以呢，我们要抽出呢1位幸运的朋友，由南港轮胎呢所提供的一整车的轮胎，至少价值超过12000元以上。 好，这位呢幸运的朋友，南区狮吼区8排7号，8排7号，来恭喜！看一下是不是？我们确认一下，你是开车还是骑摩托车？ 你走路哦，那不要送你好了啦，我个人还蛮缺的。好啦，然后我们场中央颁奖，哇，看一场球可以获得呢12000多块的轮胎组。好，谢谢。那么待会呢，马上呢要来进行呢，今天我们天堂 M 的主题周，我们中场的一个投篮游戏了。
他这边耶。
我们分一下啦，女生跟女生啊，因为我们2人一组嘛，哈，你们2个人一组，然后你们2个格子的服一组，然后你们2个人一组，啊，你们第1组，然后你们第2组，你们第3组，你是压轴的那一组，我找一个很强的跟你比，就是呢，在 UBA 大专篮球联赛的得分后，陈子英跟你1对1，好不好？加油，让他难看啊！好，来，我们欢迎第1组33的选手。你是在耍帅？游戏方法很简单，这边呢是呢在天堂 M 的游戏当中，我们3关的一个魔王，投进了第1个可以到第2个，第2个投进的投进第3个，谁先完成了，谁就获胜。参加都有参加奖，获胜的朋友就可以把这颗限量的天堂 M 篮球带回家，好不好？来，第1组请就位，自己投篮自己捡哦。对，一起投，因为我没空。还没开戏啦，自己投自己捡哦，好不好？来，计时预备
，1 2 ready go。
加油加油！我们这个游戏会不会玩到明天呢
？Welcome back to the broadcast. Interact with the Plus League through the social media accounts, Facebook, P.LEAGUE Plus with the plus symbol, Instagram, P.LEAGUE.official, and Twitter at P_League_EN. Here's Corey and Eddie. And us, I'm Ryan Chen, Coach Ben Metcalf. Let's talk over some of the first half statistics, and quite frankly, it's exactly kind of how we expected. Lioneers coming out strong and also very intent on creating a huge spread with the Pilots with a big margin in the rebounding departments as well, and also a little bit better with a turnover margin, which will be the key for them generating offense.
Yeah, really not much good at any aspect of the game for the Pilots. Obviously being dominated defensively and offensively. Really the only good thing for the Pilots is that they're really not down by 30, they're only down by 6. So again, if they can cut into this lead, they got nothing to worry about. They'll still be able to make the playoffs. But as we can see from these highlights, not a lot for these Pilots, pretty much all Lioneers.
The game scoring started off with the Lioneers with the Lingmi step back. But from then on, it's the Brendan Dawson show. 27 points, 13 of 24 shooting. He's got a lot of energy after taking the second half off yesterday.
Yeah, he's obviously understands the defensive game plan today, being completely aggressive on every aspect, pick and rolls, passes, just jumping those passing lanes, being able to get his hands on a lot of passes, and then just doing damage in the open court. Again, struggled a little bit when Tabit's there in the half court, but once he's able to get down there in transition, he's just been unstoppable today.
We'll talk about more of this after this next break. Stick with us for more Lioneers Pilots. The game 43 of the Plus League season.
接下来压轴最后一组，欢迎微笑女孩陈子怡，以及呢微笑男孩，不好意思，微信怎么称呼？微笑男孩小波。不好意思啊，来，小波跟那个子怡这样子同场。会不会有点压力？会吗？有压力，没关系。陈子怡，你就是要在最远的地方，好，然后旗帜就在这边。然后呢，如果到达最大的 BOSS 的时候，你在这边战神的掌声。阳光小郭对上了微笑子英好，来准备喽，计时预备
，1 2 ready go。
加油加油！接下来到了我们死亡骑士这一关了，加油！快点 ，BOSS 来了！哦！我们赢了。好。 不过呢，也谢谢我们陈子英，那我们场中央来颁奖，蛮准的，原来小郭你还蛮准的。来，我们到场中央。来，获胜的。对赢的多一包啊！好，那我们请我们来一起合影一下。哎，那个穿格子服，你外地来的哦？天堂人，来一个动态的哦。谢谢，我们谢谢呢今天的热情的参与的朋友，谢谢，蛮强的哦。
Back here in Hsinchu, we're talking things over. Really, not much. Though I would like to ask Coach, how much of the low shooting percentage for the Pilots is, one, them not executing, two, the fatigue of playing on the back-to-back on the quick turnaround, and three, the Lioneers defense, how much of each portion?
When you're down 30 at halftime, it's probably a little bit of everything. Obviously, we've talked about mentally, it's really tough to play one of these games where it seems like losing is an option. Obviously, to beat being down there is a big defensive presence, and then again, obviously, nobody really shooting well. We've seen a couple highlights from these Pilots, but overall, just really struggling from the field.
Brendan Dawson leads the game in scoring with 27. Hashim to beat second for the Lioneers with 10 points. Oscar with 9 points, turning around a bad performance yesterday. Song Yushin in the game with 8 points on 4 buckets, and Calvin chipping in with 6. I think it's also very difficult. Usually the Pilots might create action for Kadeem Jack, but in this game, Dawson and Tabit are there to block his shot, making things even more difficult.
Yeah, most of his scoring opportunities have come in the open court or on the offensive glass, something he does well, but not a lot of room for him. But today has been the Brandon Dawson show. Again, obviously 27 in the first half. The biggest challenge right now for the Lioneers is going to be to keep it up. Again, it's easy to say you're up by 30. Okay, we've done our job, but once again, it's not that easy here for the Lioneers.
I think, and also another early key for the Lioneers when things weren't quite clicking yet were all the offensive rebounds by the little guards, creating more opportunities. So far, 12 in this game. Between Li Mi-yi, Goggle Hall, and Song Yushin working hard on the offensive boards.
They've done a great job this entire season, just giving them extra opportunities, and they're giving themselves another opportunity to win this game today. We'll see what happens in the second half.
我们天堂 M 的一个职业的参办，为我们带来相当精彩演出，谢谢。那我们南区的朋友，你们都有收到天堂 M 的小礼物了，对不对？你们都在你们椅子下面，怎么没有？他敢偷摇头。你们都在你们座位下面呢，都有收到由天堂 M 呢送给各位的小礼物。所以呢，我们接下来呢，我们要进行呢，在我们南区呢失心疯区的一个拉大旗的活动。这上面呢，也是呢，我们有准备了几个字呢，要送给呢今天来访的这个队伍，上面写的“攻城之战，星火燎原”。我们在南区的这些朋友，把手呢举起来。这时候呢，需要大家双手一起呢，来为我们这一场战役拿下最重要的胜利。所有各位 今天不但要赢，还要赢得够多，有信心吗？好，也谢谢呢，我们说呢，新竹地区我们说狮子军的家人大力的协助，攻城之战星火燎原，谢谢。
Tiantang M broke out the big flag, enjoying the number of promotions going on the last weekend here with the Lioneers. Going to look back on it. Now just to reiterate for our audience, for the Lioneers to get into the Plus League playoff situation, they need to win this game, and they need to win next Sunday against the Dreamers. That'll bring their win total to 9. And the Pilots need to lose all of the remaining 3 games. And the Lioneers have to win this one by more than 23 points to own the head-to-head point differential tiebreaker. I mean, you talk about low percentages, Coach. That is a low percentage. So just trying to focus on this one right here.
Yeah, but as we said, that's really the only positive that these Pilots had in the first half. They really don't have to win this game anymore. Now all they have to do is cut into this lead. If they can cut in and lose by 15, they still back their way in the playoffs. Obviously not something that's ideal, but at this point you're down by 30 in the first half. There's not really much ideal in there.
Now, for the Pilots, they are getting Guandayo back in the game. He appeared in yesterday's and is playing in this one. They also have Davon Reed, who we don't really expect until the playoffs, shall they make it. And the same could be said for Quincy Davis. How much does it take to work in the guys from injury, especially with the Pilots' system, their T-Shi?
I mean, it's been a struggle this entire season. We saw them start out a little bit slowly, just trying to figure out how to play with Davon and Kadeem. As they got into their groove, they were solidly in second place, but after a couple injuries hit, they've hit this skid right now, and obviously every team's got to deal with energy with these injuries, and these Pilots just have to figure out a way to get some points on the board and get some stops.
Mr. and Mrs. Ha taking in this game, Corey's parents. Now, we kind of talked about it just briefly in the lead into this segment. Coach, what it takes for the Dreamers to hang on to second place. I think we checked it up, and the Pilots right now own the season series so far 4-3. They got one more matchup left. Of course, it starts like the third place. Overall record, then head-to-head, point differential. I think everyone's going to be a FIBA expert at the end of this segment.
Yeah, so basically, we know that the Braves are first place, as we saw them shoot off confetti last night. Other than that, we don't know anything.
It was announced that the Plus League playoffs will get started on April 23rd, and the finals get going May 7th. So those are the set dates. It won't be a flexible schedule like maybe having Major League Baseball's playoffs, for example.
Yeah, with the stadium situation here, obviously they have to get those dates set early. But as we've said earlier, these Lioneers playoffs started a couple weekends ago, and they're still alive in this single elimination tournament for them.
Players are on the court. The referees about to hand it over to the inbounder. Lioneers going with their starters, and the Pilots with their own starters. Look how that worked out. Dawson waiting for one of his guards to relieve him of the basketball. Limi shaking and baking, foot on the line, short.
Yeah, we can see right out of that halftime break, the Pilots picking up the intensity defensively, obviously embarrassed by that first half performance. just trying to get back to what they do best right now.
69 points is the high for the Lioneers in halftime scoring. Jack working hard against Dawson. The action will go the other way. Easy travel call against Chen Lihuan.
That's where these Lioneers are going to have to adjust really quickly. Obviously playing very smoothly, everything going in their way in the first half. After that halftime break, we start up 0-0. They got to get right back into that groove again.
Jack will fire from 3 and get his own board. Now with Oscar on him, he terminates the dribble. Angry Bird to the other corner. Jordan inside of Pom Pom, his mid-range, got it to go.
I'm not used to seeing Pom Pom shoot with 2 hands, but able to get that basket to go down, cutting this to a 28-point deficit.
To beat with an easy turnaround 2. Neither guy being overly physical on that possession.
Speaking of overly physical, Calvin getting called for the foul.
I don't know if that head shake is for the call or for himself. Let's get started again. There's a wraparound pass.
Yeah, nice little spin on the ball by Pom Pom from the top of the key. Good hands by the Lioneers to poke it away. Oh, good knee by the Lioneers to kick it away.
Gotta kind of be careful though. Hashim to beat. Charlie Horse to the Angry Bird.
Yeah.
Here's a mid-range. Ayao.
See the Pilots just playing with a little bit of patience here. Things got a little bit out of hand there in the first half, but starting here playing their game. Just got to cut into this league one possession at a time as Tabi continues to go to work.
Brendan Dawson was the top scorer for the Lioneers in the first half. Now maybe giving Tabi more opportunities. Nice inside pass. More points for the Pilots.
Yeah, but we can see again, knowing that Dawson's going to go for every one of those steals. That time, Kadeem with a nice backdoor cut, attracting Tabi's defense and bumping it to Pom Pom right there under the basket for the easy layup.
Ayao called for the reaching foul. There we see it. Getting into the hands of Tabi. 1 team foul per team so far in this one. The third quarter, Dawson, not a lot of resistance. There's a block shot. Tabi, look what I found.
And it's the second time it's happened. Jack able to get a layup.
Easy layup the other way. Lioneers slow to get back against Pom Pom.
And that's what the Pilots did a poor job of in the first half. Again, Tabi is not going to get back defensively. Pom Pom just has to run him off the floor.
Easy 2 points for Dawson. They had a switch where Kadeem Jack was on Tabi. Now Jack drives, corralling the basketball and dropping it out of bounds.
Yeah, tough driving into space. Ruff's not giving him the call. Leads to another Pilots turnover.
But another whistle. I believe we're going to try to get some substitutions before the ball gets inbounded. I'm kind of curious, Coach, as to your assessment of how Kobe's season has gone on as a head coach at the professional level for the first time.
It's been a challenging season for him. I think the best thing I can say is that his players never gave up. They played hard this entire season. Obviously, it's going to be really tough in your first season trying to figure out a system, trying to figure out roles. They brought in new imports during the season. They brought in new local players during the season. It was tough to get anybody into a rhythm, but we've seen this Lioneers team just put everything on the line and play their butts off. And to me, that's the ultimate compliment you can give any coach.
Something the officials will tell you is their continued communication with whether it's the coaches or the benches, of course the players on the court. Maybe up until this point, a lot of times the referees have told us that Lioneers have the most to say to them, and been a little bit easier, I guess, winning the basketball games here in Hsinchu. Kind of cools everyone down.
Yeah, it's ironic that the more you win, the less you have to say.
Dawson driving left. Looks around, finds Calvin in the corner. That's his preferred spot, and got it to go.
And that's what we said these Lioneers have missed this whole season, just that weak side shooter. To beat attract so much attention. Calvin able to hit down the open three as we see Ayao respond with a three of his own.
Crowd going eerily quiet, and so do we. I think the ball got away from everybody. They're ready to go.
Yeah, they're not used to seeing nobody fall on the ground or no fouls.
On the season, Calvin only hitting 29% of his threes. On the other side, Hsinchu, a 34% three-point shooter. Me working with to beat screen. Oscar left to defuse this bomb. He does. Elbow jumper, bucket.
Yeah, again, at this point, the Lioneers are happy to trade baskets, but I'm sure they'd feel a little bit better if they could extend this lead.
There's Angerbert, his three-point attempt, bouncing out. They're looking for to beat, bumping with Lington. Oscar getting to the hoop, nice move, and right-handed lay-in.
That's where Angry's just got to know that he's going to have zero help back there.
Chapman with his own move. Looks like it might count for goaltending and the foul.
Yeah, Chapman trying to get it up on the glass as quickly as possible. Heard that whistle for the contact. I'm not sure why the refs can't make any call in the first second. They have to wait till the IRS. The problem is if they don't make an initial call, then they're not able to go back to the IRS and change anything.
We also hear that the important thing in FIBA ruling is also the definitive sound of the whistle too. For example, if they believe after review that there are 2 fouls on the play, maybe 1 by each team, you got to hear 2 whistles to make that call, and they do confirm. Ball hit the glass and goaltending.
Yeah, pretty easy call there. Again, the issue is that they have to make the call first for them to overrule or confirm it. If they don't make a call initially, then they're just going to the IRS to make that call. Not something that FIBA or the Plus League allows.
Foul will be on Oscar.
Yeah, and that's where these Lioneers need to stretch this lead out if they're going to stay alive. Again, it's easy for these Pilots to throw in 2 or 3 threes in a row, and then it gets very dangerous.
Just heard it on the PA that the Lioneers were given a warning for, in essence, close to a delay of the game for getting too far away from the play.
Yeah, for any of these IRS sessions, the players have to stay on the court. These Lioneers a little bit tired, had to go back to their bench and take a little blow, getting 1 warning.
Trading baskets indeed. Right now, the third quarter scoring is 15-14. Hand up to Oscar with a head of steam through the middle, through contact, lays it in. Nice English.
He's been very creative in his finishing today. Able to get everything to go, floating off the glass. Nice job for the rookie point guard.
3 for 3 for 6 points in this one. Lington tries it from deep, too strong.
Hey, got the rim that time.
Levy will show him how it's done. Raising the rim right to Lington. Here come the Pilots. Jordan Chapman with the Euro. This time another foul on the small guards. Chapman, not an and one, will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, we see him using the same move, knowing that Oscar's going to try and take that charge. Going with that Euro step, not able to finish, but again, Pilots able to stick around despite being down by 33.
To be kind of looking at his hands, they'll go to a timeout. Try to get him patched up before we head into the rest of this quarter.
在这个暂停的时候呢，我们要让呢我们所有呢工程师、所有的狮子军们呢，所有的球迷朋友，那先呢保留一下能量。等一下呢，在第3节比赛结束的时候，也要接着进入呢我们工程师呢在第3节比赛结束的传统，我们一起呢来跟天堂 M 以及我们工程师来个 good time。
Another Plus League 3-day weekend is coming up. Saturday, Dreamers Pilots in Changhua at 2:30. Sunday, Dreamers Lioneers also at 2:30. That'll be Garrett Tianlei's retirement game from the regular season. And Monday, Pilots host the Braves in Taoyuan at 5 p.m. That will be the final home game for the Airport City of Taiwan. English broadcast for all of those games. Of course, stay tuned to the Plus League YouTube page. On the floor for the Pilots, Killer Kwan, Si Jingyao talking over close to the logo. Lin Jack, Lin Zhen on the block. Chapman about to take some more free throws.
Yeah, it's nice to see Chapman finally get loose a little bit today. As we mentioned, leading scorer for the Pilots in yesterday's loss to the Braves. Struggled a little bit in the first half, but been very aggressive in transition, being able to manufacture points and getting to the line.
So far, 14 points. And the graphics department, no jinx there, 5 for 5 from the line.
Oh, now you're blaming the graphics department, huh?
Well, I mean, they're part of the broadcast too. There's a foul. Looks like the two-handed shove by Lin Zhen.
Again, Ryan, you picked this up very quickly. I'm not sure why Lin Zhen can't pick it up. Again, we see him just using two hands, just shoving. But again, that's something that these high school coaches have got to teach their players. Again, you can't just shove guys two hands in the back.
Dawson working with Tabit down low. Oscar left alone in the corner. In and out. There's a rebound. Partial for Tabit into the hands of Oscar. Slip pass, there's a nice finish.
Beautiful pass, great cut right there by Oscar, who's once again able to finish at the basket.
Bad chemistry, Killer Kwan throws it out of bounds. Aya was cutting baseline as well. I mean, there's two young guards as well. Killer Kwan, Guan Dayo had some good performance for the Pilots, especially during their 11-game homestand. Also a consideration for Rookie of the Year. There's an underhanded flip pass that eventually makes it to the beats. Wei Lingyi taking up all the space. Dawson with a flat shot. Oscar with a rebound and another flip in.
We've said it this entire season. Got to find Oscar on that shot attempt. He's going to go after every rebound offensively.
So far, 19 points in this one, 8 rebounds. On his way to a double-double. Here come the Lioneers. Lingyi looked at it, and Jordan Chapman can only ruin it from behind.
Yeah, second time we've seen Chapman have a little bit of a miscommunication with his big. Another turnover. As we see once again, Oscar with a beautiful cut. Killer Kwan getting caught ball watching, and again, Oscar with a nice lefty finish off the glass. Great game today for the young guard.
19 points so far in this one, 9 for 13 shooting. Far cry from what we saw yesterday, 0 for 7. Calvin's at the line, makes the first. Lioneers, 91 points already.
And these Pilots are gonna have to figure out something if they wanna send these Lioneers home tonight. As opposed to them trying to cut into this league. They're getting it stretched out, almost down by 40 here in the third quarter.
Just looking at the quarter plus minus, down by 6, 22 to 16 in this frame. Hong's back on the floor. Chapman, patient, and there's Kadeem Jack. Another putback dunk.
Yeah, we saw it. He's done that a couple times. Brandon Dawson getting ready to leak out. Kadeem Jack getting loose on the offensive glass.
That's kind of the chess game that these two guys are playing. Dawson with a dribble drive, hangs in the air, getting fouled. Looks like it was Chapman from behind again.
Yeah, we continue to see Brandon Dawson go at Kadeem Jack one-on-one. Again, not sending early help. All the Pilots can do is foul from behind, sending Dawson to the line again.
Chapman hardly recorded any block shots and a few more steal attempts in college. Actually, when he first got to the Plus League, got a few of those stats, and gotta wonder if the other teams were kind of forgetting about him defensively.
Yeah, obviously, Chapman coming in very late in the season. Nobody really familiar with his game. And as you get through a couple of rotations through this schedule, as we see Dawson woefully short on that free throw. The teams get better scouting reports and kind of adjust and know how you're doing. So good players have to adjust themselves and figure out a way to do what they do best.
A triple-double alert for a watch for Brendan Dawson, getting his point total to 30. He's got 11 rebounds, and we saw 7 assists. Only 2 other times the Plus League has seen triple-doubles, once by Davon Reed in his debut with the Pilots back on December 20th. Another time was Julian Wright's triple-double against the Braves. Now a special assistant, a coach. Dawson, fronted by a Pilot, and behind him was to beat. He got it out. Oscar Dawson pick and roll. Not there the first time. Here comes Oscar, left side. Can't haul. Get that pass back. Bouncing it out to beat with the offensive rebound. No look pass to Can't haul.
Some miscommunication once again by the Pilots. Late switch. Not sure who's defending who. Both guards leaking out. Easy layup there for the Lioneers.
They're sitting out with a runner, and it's a bucket. In the middle, now Calvin with what sounded like a very difficult bucket. Nobody there to block a shot at the end. Now the Lioneers are approaching the century mark, scoring-wise. Iowa fire, and too strong. Trying to get to beat a possession. Got it on the mid-post. Hand off to Calvin. Not enough resistance. Pom lets him through.
Yeah, to beat. Palms raised to the air. So easy. I can't disagree with them there. Just way too easy for these Lioneers offensively.
Man's been subbed in and gets another bucket. Called for the foul. Jordan Chapman reaching in there. Looked like a lot of basketball.
Just too much one-on-one in transition for these Pilots. Again, nobody's getting back in transition, as we see just complete miscommunication there by the Pilots. Absolutely nobody under the basket. And a lot of these things are just effort plays. These Lioneers are sprinting on every possession, leaving it all on the court, and these Pilots are leaving a lot on the court.
Tabit has 3 assists on the game as well. Calvin knocking down the free throw.
Yeah, these Pilots getting caught a lot in limbo. Not sure if they're doubling, helping, trapping. Tabit able to find cutters everywhere. And again, Lioneers doing a great job finishing at the basket.
Dawson jumps in front of that one. Here he goes. A little bit more modest with that dunk attempt.
Yeah, but once again, we see these Pilots not adjusting the game plan, going for every steal and getting every steal today.
103 points. The Plus League high is 124. Manimal looked like it took some extra steps. Another turnover. Calvin leaking out. We're going to have to ask Calvin if he can make some dunks happen for himself. Timeout on the floor.
audience enjoy the atmosphere here in Hsinchu as the Lioneers just continue to pour it on here.
This late game, well, I guess this late season run for the Lioneers, they actually had a chance to go 500 at home, 6-6, if they could have swept this weekend. So it goes to show that finally they were able to really take advantage of the energy and the familiarity and the comforts of playing at home.
And you got to give this home crowd their credit. Obviously, the Lioneers, after that initial win, had some struggles here at home, but they've shown up at every game through good and bad. They've rooted these Lioneers on, and these Lioneers giving them something to cheer about today.
Something curious to look at going forward is the remaining games for the Braves at home with a chance to sweep the Dreamers and the Pilots.
And that's the tough part for these Lioneers. It looks like they're going to win today's game pretty easily, but going forward, their fate's not in their own hands. Obviously, you'd say that the Braves are #1 in the league. They should win those games easily, but again, everything seeding-wise for them is sewn up. They have a chance to rest some guys, a chance to get some younger guys some playing time, so we're not sure what they're going to do. So these Lioneers, again, after winning today's game, a lot of it's just kind of waiting and hoping.
Good hands that time. Out of bounds. Pilots will have another chance. 14 seconds left. Manuel left alone. He'll take a 3. Good arc, but off the mark. Here's Killer Kwan. Block shot by Tabit. Easy for him, and on the other side, Tian Hao able to finish over the top of Ahwan, number 23.
Once again, these Lioneers just turning to beat defense into easy transition buckets.
Foul on the floor, but Oscar went down.
Yeah, Oscar trying to jump that switch. Refs thinking moving a little bit too much, as we see again. Tabit able to get the block, and these Lioneers guards being able to finish over the bigger guards from the Pilots.
Side on the replay, and a little bit of a blow. Just like that, Oscar's got 4 fouls in this one. That crept up on us. Ahwan makes his free throw. First points of the afternoon. One for 2. Manuel putting up some resistance to Dawson.
Yeah, we can see the Pilots coaching staff obviously putting Manuel in the game to put some full court pressure on Dawson. Unfortunately, the Lioneers able to break that pressure pretty easily.
Now with the basketball, putting on a dribbling move. 2 guys are on him. Wild shot, short. Red lights go on. It's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, again, that possession started from Manimal's forecourt man-to-man pressure on Dawson. One of the better defensive possessions that these Pilots have had all day. Well, it looks like it's going to be a little bit too little, too late.
So here checks back in the game for Oscar. 2 guys in the area, and nobody completes the reception. Turnover Pilots.
Yeah, again, spacing issues for the Pilots. 2 guys standing in the same spot. Almost taking out our play-by-play guy, Ryan.
That wouldn't be very good. 17 turnovers already, only 10 for the Lioneers. Hall roaming the baseline. It's Calvin's turn with a lot of resistance. Might have been blocked.
Yeah, good job by the Pilots forcing him to his right hand. Able to get the stop.
Jordan Chapman trying to put on the moves. His turnaround shot. No good. Quan still fighting. Got the rebound back. Jack going against 2 imports. Throws it through. Baseball pass all the way to Calvin. Pump fake and block. There's Ahuan.
And that's the hustle that we hadn't seen the first 3 quarters. Then Ahuan able to get back on defense for the nice block. But again, a lot of this may be too little too late for these pilots, already down by 45.
We talk about the growth and development of Kobe Lin, and what's been consistent is trying to take advantage of his timeouts with the clock running down. 11.79 left in the 3rd quarter. Lioneers trying to perhaps get it to 110 points.
And the pilots coaching staff encouraging them to not give up. Obviously they know that winning's not the point now. It's just trying to cut into this lead and hopefully eliminate these Lioneers today.
A lot more of the plaid outfits on the Hsinchu side of the court. Kind of to incorporate the Zainan. Would you say that a homebody coach?
I'm just gonna go nerd.
Sounds good to me.
Is that our Chinese lesson for the day, Ryan?
We gotta find something else. I considered when there was a foul on the fast break attempt, Huidiao is to ruin, but that seems too one-to-one exchange.
Well, if we're going to have a 50-point game going into the 4th quarter, we may just go all Chinese lesson for this game, Ryan.
Baseline, stack formation for the Lioneers. They pop it out to Dabi. Kadeem Jack was there, loose with the basketball. Finally throws it to an opening. Evan, step back, high-arcing, bouncing out. And looked a little bit of a Shaq in a full situation. Guan Nayo's shot over the shot clock. That'll be it.
Again, too much time in the weight room for the young guard, but really the only thing we're looking at in the 4th quarter is the number 24. See if these pilots can eliminate the Lioneers today, or if these Lioneers can continue to extend this lead and keep their playoff chances alive.
It could be our last time here in Hsinchu County Stadium, home of the Hsinchu Jetco Lioneers. With a win here, they just continue on the impossibility, or what could be an impossible mission to make it into the Plus League playoffs. Fans out there, if you want to give the Lioneers a little bit of support, go ahead and like the stream. If you want to send your encouragement and watch here on the Pilots. Go ahead and give the stream a like as well. They have one more home game to end the season. That takes place April 5th.
Or if you want to just leave a lot of comments about how handsome Ryan is, even though you've never seen him, that's perfectly acceptable as well.
Now, how would they know that, Coach?
Just by your voice. I mean, that smooth, silky voice, you got to be handsome, right?
Good point. There's another block shot. You know, I guess Hashim Tabid really into the promos. He always wags his finger. Song Yushin dribbles through contact. Tabid on the point.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how many times Tabid enters the paint here in this fourth quarter. It's just been one of these nights for the Lioneers. Everything going for them.
Manimal will take the three-point attempt. Tabid with no interest in defending.
Yeah, the Pilots with a lot of, I guess I'll shoot shots. Not a lot of them going down today.
With out of bounds, breaking the action. You know, Lee Jia loves to cut and drive right side, so it's almost funny to me how maybe he's so long and so quick that he can always get that way. Defenders aren't able to force him left. That time, knocking it, stuffing it. The shot there. There's a foul call. Tabid and Ahwan involved.
Yeah. Fans of Taiwanese basketball, not surprised at all. As we see that chicken fighting going on. Elbows, hands, arms.
It's almost kind of a workshop in how to get the fouls, but by deciding when you're going to flail your arms upwards.
Well, if there's anybody who knows how to do it, it's Chen Jinghua.
Elliott with a righty teardrop, rolling out. He hasn't got those to fall for him.
Yeah, he's had a rough couple games this weekend, but again, not a big deal as the Lioneers continue to extend this lead.
Elliott formerly with the Taoyuan basketball team.
Elliott obviously been with that team for a number of years, played against Angry, played against Manimal, very familiar with their games and knows that Manimal not really a threat from long distance.
Good job saving it. That was Song Yushin. Now the Pilots, Hui Diao. That fast break attempt.
Ryan, what does Hui Diao mean?
That means to ruin. We went over this, Coach.
Oh, sorry.
We just need to, we're trying to learn this one by repetition.
I'm not one of those nerds. I need a little more time in the classroom, Ryan.
Well, that's why we're repeating it. Here's Song Yushin, this time going through the right side, coaxing the foul on the layup attempt.
We see once again these Pilots spending so much attention on Tabid in the paint. That straight line drive allowed by the Pilots, just no second line of defense.
Jack commits the foul, his third personal, also has 14 on the game. Too strong. On the season, Song Yushin is a 91% free throw shooter. Not too many attempts. Well, look at that, 0 for 2.
Maybe there's why there's not a lot of attempts.
Here's Manimal trying again from 3. This one goes all net. Been waiting on that to fall for a while now.
Again, looks like, not sure if these Pilots are trying to cut into this lead or they're just trying to get this game over with, as once again we see no second line help of defense from these Pilots.
Lee there with the block attempt. There was a whistle.
Yeah, that whistle really early. Foul called on the floor. Lioneers not agreeing with the call, but again, agreeing with the call will be the first time. Then clean up top, got him on the ground.
Too strong, Manimal struggling.
That's something that these refs have called the entire season. You get that forearm in a guy's lower back as he's driving, they're going to call that foul.
Ahwan had it, but lost it right to Tabit.
Little volleyball there from the veteran.
Probably the easiest rebound Tabit got all game. There's a reaching foul by Manimal. Probably the worst outcome after going 0 for 2 from the line.
Again, refs being consistent with that. Get your hands caught in the cookie jar. It's going to be an easy foul call.
This fourth quarter, only 7 points combined. Far cry from the high scoring totals we had in the previous 3 frames. Tianhao inbounds it to Elliott. Looking for Tabit, no look pass, what a beauty.
Yeah, you said it, Ryan. Beautiful look away there.
And on the other end though, caught with a reaching foul.
Again, we see not wanting to help off the shooter, that look away. Cheats that help away. Nice find to Tabit for the easy dunk.
Maybe Tianhao's best pass was yesterday during the break. A no-looker from the corner. Angry Bird missed free throw.
Yeah, Tianhao, a very gifted passer, just like Oscar. Again, their problem with them has been they don't have that outside shot, so it's tough for them to find those passing angles sometimes. But obviously, young guards, something for them to work on in the offseason.
There's a foul in the front court. Looks like Kadeem Jack. The Pilots 8 for 17 from the free throw line.
Jack really just waiting for the refs to make that call. They called about the 3rd or the 4th foul as we see the Pilots already in the bonus with 9:29 left in the 4th quarter.
Probably not helpful to our broadcast to have all the missed free throws as well. That's, what is it, 3 or 4 in a row, teams combined.
Okay, I see you, Mr. Reverse Jinx.
It kind of worked.
We'll take any make shot we can get here in the 4th quarter.
114 to 65. Kadeem Jack make it to the bench.
Like we said, just trying to get that foul call in the last possession. Looks like these Pilots have given up on this game. They're going to have to seal their playoff fate next weekend.
Lucky out of bounds. Jackie with a missed shot. That'll give a chance to have Brendan Dawson come in for Hashim Tabit.
I think the only thing right now we have to look for is to see if Dawson can get his triple-double. What is he, 3 assists away, Ryan?
That's right. Trying to challenge Dawson. The SBL, there's only 1 import allowed as Elliott gets his 3-point attempt. There's actually a height restriction, so Dawson was the block leader. Flip shot by Manimal. Look what I found. Can't get the second one. Lington still battling hard. Here's Angry Bird. Splashes that one. It's been a minute since the Pilots have scored. Now applying a little bit of pressure. Dawson patient with it.
Well, as far as next weekend's game, is Dawson able to play in that game, Ryan?
Like we mentioned before, Dawson is suspended for 1 game, so that will be the final game of the season. Just seeing how the Lioneers will go. With Dante Neptune, don't believe he'll play at all for the rest of this season. From the corner, there's a missed shot.
And that's obviously going to be a challenge with the Lioneers needing to win every game going forward. Going against the Dreamers with only 1 import is definitely going to be a challenge.
Another missed shot by Manimal. Previously only a 20% 3-point shooter. Sharon Young will be suspended for the weekend, the final stretch for the Dreamers. But they have Anthony Tucker and Stephen Hicks. Pass to the corner. Jackson will try the three. Here's Linton. A little bit too slow then. The block by Dawson.
Yeah, just lobbing it up for Dawson to give it the block. And it looks like the refs have swallowed their whistles for this last 7 minutes. As we're looking at an almost 60-point game here with Elliott's made three.
Hey, that one from deep. Maybe as far as one. I had to write that down. Make sure my directions are correct for our audience. There's Angry Bird leading us short. Tony Schmidt, easy two. Only 6 points away from that scoring record. Now I'm kind of curious from you, Coach. No matter who comes out with the second and third place, and then in the Challenger Series, 3-point made by Angry Bird. What are the ingredients and the strategy it takes to defeat the Braves, especially in a series which will be the first in the Plus League?
Well, it's going to be a good series regardless of who comes out of it. Again, we've seen every team be competitive in different games. At this point, we can only say that the Braves have been the most consistent of the 4 teams. Again, we've seen the Dreamers beat the Braves, the Lioneers beat the Braves, these Pilots beat the Braves. So, again, regardless of who makes it, we're going to have a good series in front of us.
Elliott trying another circus shot. This time, did he touch anything?
Got a little bit of baseline.
Tian Hall will take a seat along with Song Yushin as Oscar and Li Mi will be in the game. Li Mi, of course, with his game suspension looming. Wonder if we'll get to see Tai Jianyu, who did make his first bucket a couple weekends ago.
Yeah, I don't know if with only up by 50-something. Still playing volleyball above the rim here.
Not a good look for Evan. He started his career as a center. There's a foul call underneath, maybe Elliott before Dawson.
You see these Pilots still trying to push the pace a little bit, but
also making his way onto the floor. We almost forgot about it. Long Yee-sun. And then the floor, 5 locals for the Lioneers, 5 locals for the Pilots. Now 5 imports, that's definitely against the bylaws.
I'm sure this is what everybody came here to see today. It's a good chance for these locals to show what they do. Again, guys who have practiced hard all season, put in their time, put in a lot of work. Nice to see them have a chance to have a stage to show the fans what they can do.
We didn't get too much of a chance to talk in depth, but it's been confirmed that nice pass by Oscar. Long Yee-sun, good anticipation by the Pilots for that block. They get a chance on the break. Animal through the middle, lays it in. Well, we started it, but Garrett Kianle will be facing off against the Beast. First time in a long time in the domestic competition in Taiwan. More of that after this break in the action.
我要照顾你们哦。
One day, then I'm calling back, begging you to stay. We make up and we break up all the time. I'll say that I hate her song, then you'll go to quest the whole night long. Some
Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Chen along with Coach Metcalf doing the English track for the Plus League basketball games. This one, all Lioneers. The Pilots hardly have any answers, playing on the dreaded 5 p.m. to 2:30 turnaround. I looked it up during the break, Coach, and teams are actually 4-4 when taking on an opponent who actually had the day before off, but only 3-5 in the quick turnaround.
Yeah, and those quick turnarounds are going to test your team's depth. Obviously, right now the Pilots going with have a lot of injuries, so shortened rotation to begin with. Probably some guys who hadn't seen action earlier. Tough performance today, as we see. Obviously, this lead not quite enough for the Lioneers. Them just pouring it on, and Brandon Dawson getting more and more assists.
Angry Bird will try to counter it. It's Taoyuan with a rebound. And there it is. Triple-double for Brendan Dawson. With a chance to add a little bit more. Taoyuan with a nice spin move, but ran out of room.
I think Brandon deserved this rest right now. He can probably get off the court and enjoy these last 4 minutes.
Trapped in the corner. Angry Bird commits the foul with a little half hug to Taoyuan.
Again, that Lioneers coaching staff getting him in the game so he can get that one last assist. Getting a nice round of applause from this home court.
A lot of firsts for Taoyuan. First rebound and first free throw made. They call him the little manimal after Hsinchu for style of play. Hopefully we'll get to see it blossom over maybe more than 20 years. Anyways, one of the stories, of course, Coach, you touched on it yesterday, was Hsinchu and Tianlei being national team members at the age of 18. Rough fall for Lingzhen. On his backside.
That's the last thing you want to see in a game like this, where the result has already been decided. These young guys going after it. I hate to see anybody get injured. That's a spine tingler right there, though.
He's up and walking around now. I mean, it might be a bruise, but Coach, as a player, don't you feel like you want to stretch it out somehow?
Yeah, I mean, rookie, pumped up, first action in a long time. Chance to get 2 points on the board. Yeah. The ref's giving him a little bit of extra time, making sure that the floor is nice and dry, though.
They're so meticulous, they even got the mop from the other end of the court.
Not a lot of action on that side of the court in the second half, with these Lioneers scoring at will on their way to this record scoring performance here in the Plus League.
Missed free throw, Lingzhen. Trying to get on the board in this one. 7 rebounds, 1 assist. And he does it, 1 for 2. Though, Coach, don't players think not good to have just the 1 point? Out of bounds. And we'll get another chance on this possession.
I'm sure if the coaching staff has communicated to Lingzhen what his role is on the team, he really doesn't care about points. Obviously in there for rebounding and defense. Those 7 rebounds like you talked about, he's not in there for scoring. So 1 point is 1 more than he would have expected.
The last Lioneer to make it on the floor, that's Wesley Wudaihao. Hook pass, Lioneers is there to get it and overthrows Oscar on the transition. Strong move and another block. Well, Another defensive statistic
又帮各位争取到
龙医生
直播6扇门的13人波。
That makes it 9 blocks on the afternoon. From the corner, Jackie.
进攻犯规。
Offensive foul, illegal screen.
Yeah, we see that. Tabit got called for it in the first quarter. Again, the little shimmy during the screen, leg getting out there a little bit. Refs being very consistent this entire game.
Chen enjoying the massage chair on one of the ends. Oscar needing some help. Taiju looks like he prefers the left side. Lucky bounces. Wesley, shot clock running down. Taiju will finally flip it up, and a foul called. Here's Lingzhen once again. That's his fourth. I can kind of tell what people are talking about with Cai Jianyu. Seems to have the smarts on the court, now just maybe needs to figure out the spacing sometimes.
You're not putting any pressure on the young man, are we? Talking about comparing him to the best basketball player in the history of Taiwan, huh?
Missed free throw. Jackie with a runner. Sandri going with 2 more points. Trying to Oscar to Lingyi connection down low. I don't know if that's their scoring hotspot. So a 3-point attempt is missed.
Yeah, just mismatches all over the court. Neither team really looking smooth. But that's garbage time for you, Ryan.
The Lioneers want to make it to another achievement. Swinging to the elbows is a Roisa foul. The Braves, before they had their week off, had all 12 guys score. A little bit of wild and unpredictable.
Yeah, I'm sure the Lioneers don't want to see those calls get made because they have an import who kind of makes those plays every time.
Jackie, we talk about a little bit more distance on his shots is difficult. Oscar lays it in, getting his point total to 21, and that is the Plus League scoring record for a single game. The Lioneers 126 and building.
Yeah, the refs just putting their whistles away here. Probably should have been a U right there. Wong Hee-sung hanging on the rim. We saw Jaren Young get called for a technical last week. I think everybody's just ready to go home, though.
Less than 2 minutes, they're gonna go to the monitor, check something out.
Looks like after the steal, Oscar probably grabbed a piece of Angry Bird. And that's one of those U's we've talked about.
71 rebounds is also a Plus League record. I guess the pace of the game being a big factor. Of course, the Pilots' low shooting percentage.
Yeah, easy call right there for the refs after going to IRS. We've talked about it before. Anything right there is going to be a U automatically.
Well, on Oscar, a little bit of the hand holding on Angry Bird.
Yeah, like you said, these Pilots have given the Lioneers a lot of rebounding opportunities. Shooting very poorly from pretty much everywhere today.
Maybe they ought to try it from half court. It seemed to work for the Dreamers the other day.
I think that's the one opportunity that the Pilots didn't give the Lioneers to get the rebound is Killer Guan threw it into the second row of stands with his half-court attempt.
That's right. Oscar on the season has 2 specialty fouls, a unsportsmanlike foul and a technical pretty recently. Angry Bird from the corner. Too short. Taoyuan takes off Jackie, lays it in. Brick by Manimal. Left all the time. Fortunate to not be a turnover. One of the easiest lay-ins of the game, Ken Hall.
Yeah, and again with the Lioneers not controlling their own fate. Not sure if this will be the last game at home for them, but regardless of what happens, they've definitely given their fans something to cheer about today.
Wesley a possession. Backdoor to Lingi. Taoyuan was loose with it. Will we have a center to center screen? Not yet. Turnover by Wesley. He's back on defense. Nice flip in for Ahwan. Less than 30 seconds left. Lioneers might hang on to this one till the end. Well, what started off as a very challenging season for the Lioneers ended up with 5 wins at home. 7 so far on their way to the 8th win. Wesley gets on the board, the 11th Lioneer to score in this record-setting game. Fortunately or unfortunately, needing to win this one by a large margin. Confetti goes off, this time on time. Stick around, we've been told there will be a player interview on the court to join our broadcast. Brendan Dawson, the triple-double, 3rd of the Plus League, following his teammate Julian Wright, the last guy to get it. I believe that was January 17th. Probably the best game of the Lioneer season against the Braves. Their only loss at home in Taipei. They'll take on the Dreamers tonight. You know, this one certainly lost its interest pretty early on, but we'd like to see the matchup of Garrett and Beast. Certainly the last time in the regular season, and perhaps the last time in their careers as professionals. We've been told Oscar Gogglehall is the player named, and he was getting set up courtside. Here's Eddie and Corey. Asking Oscar straight up about the realities of their playoff scenario, how the Lioneers prepared their mindsets for this one. Oscar said it's important to just focus on our own game, to play as we practice. Now, what were the good elements of the Lioneers game today? Oscar talking about the focus the team had. Everyone who stepped on the court was taking care of the notes the coach has given them, but also the fundamentals. Now the thoughts about the season. His own play. You hear this a lot. Oscar is saying, you got to take care of your own game and focus on what you can do. And to 认真 and 努力, that's to take things seriously and work diligently. So thanks for Oscar joining us on the post-game coverage for this Plus League game. We'll be back after the break with a final word on this.
先不要呢进入场中央，现在呢电视台这边呢还有在拍摄一些画面，要麻烦呢大家呢先坐在原地，谢谢大家。
一台破手机 ，DIY 造型，4:3的画面配合4:0P是最高清的回忆。Crack 来的软体，重换流变的叉 P， 自导自演自拍再烂也没关系，最重要能让你爆笑和惊喜。想要让你听见，让你看见最真最好的自己，就是要让你听见，让你看见属于我们的共鸣。
好，那我们也要麻烦呢各位的球迷朋友呢先行的入座。那站在前面的话呢，会影响到呢后面的朋友哦，所以呢大家先坐下来。
新三色01，翻唱模仿拍 MV， 真空斗俩高上网老小弟，路人也能变明星。白的说歪理，反正开干都没劲。有人生会秒赞，不爽就把力，不怕红标黄标，不怕来钱。
好，大家赶快入座哦，我们还是要关灯哦。虽然是球迷会，我们还是搞得很盛大哦。
最好的自己，只想要让你听见，让你看见属于我们的共鸣。你是我的青春，我也是你生活的投影。虽然没见过你，却走进我的生命。
那再呢，我们今天呢，我们工程师的赛后球迷的感谢会呢要正式开始之前，那真的很感谢呢我们所有的狮子军的家人朋友对于呢我们新竹街口工程师的支持。那这个赛季呢，我们承认我们的成绩没有来的想象中的好，但是呢，我们对于呢整个球队的凝聚力，我相信呢这是在呢整个 Plus League 当中呢是前所未有的。我相信所有的工程师的球迷朋友，你们也都为你们是工程师的一份子相当的骄傲，对不对？也是因为呢有了这么多的狮子军的家人的一个支持，让呢我们能够继续呢坚持下去。我们知道我们走的这条路是对的，而且未来我们会跟所有狮子军，我们会继续走下去。也我请各位，我们一起加油，好吗？谢谢。在这边呢，我们要先呢，在活动开始之前，我们要请呢我们现
They
场
dim the lights here in Hsinchu for a team roundtable.
我们的年度回顾影片。
Corey, Eddie, talking things over on the Manor side. Coach Ben and I, we're saying that this is a game that kind of we expected. The statistics are what they are, and it was a rough game all around. Thank you for sticking with us. Maybe consider looking over at the Lioneers social media for this roundtable. There's still a little bit of intrigue left. For one, who will be the third place team in the Plus League playoffs, and how will that first series go, say if it was Dreamers Pilots for most of the season, as we see?
Yeah, any fans that are still with us are truly diehard Ryan Chen fans. Just want to see what he thinks about the playoffs, see what he said about the games as we look forward to next weekend's games.
And there it is on the screen. It was a tomb sweeping weekend. These first two will take place in Zhanghua County Stadium, April 3rd, Saturday at 2:30. The Pilots will head into their last matchup against the Dreamers Lioneers and the last game against the Dreamers. Then, two straight. That'll be Pilots Braves at first in Taoyuan, April 5th at 5 p.m. Then Saturday, April 10th at 5 p.m., the Pilots head to Taipei, the final game of the Plus League season at Hoping Gymnasium. Thanks for joining us on this broadcast. On behalf of Coach Ben, everyone at the Plus League and the teams, and all the volunteers and the fans, thank you for watching. We're signing off. See you guys in the next one.
没的。